Hello, can you all hear me? Am I audible to everybody? Hello, am I audible? Can all of you hear me? Alright. Deepak, Monachin, am I audible to you? Okay. So today we are going to study about retail operations and retail management. Alright. So weekend is going on for you all. That may be the reason why less students are there in the class. Yeah, I got that. Because of the weekend, people are out. Okay, so let's just start with the introduction. So, what is retail management? What is retail actually? Can you all tell me what is retailing? Students are still pouring in, so I'll just wait for a while. Good evening, Manu. Good evening, Munnu. Welcome to the class. How are both of you? Okay. So, can you just tell me what is retailing? What do you understand by retailing? Retail is the sale of goods and services from individuals or businesses to the end users. Yes, Monachin, that's correct. So, retail is basically the last link. Yes, Nixon, very nicely pasted from the net. The answer is from Google. Am I right? Very nicely done. So, this retailing is like it's the last function in the whole chain of distribution. You know, having a sound chain of distribution is very important, and retailing is the last of them all. Retailers are the last link. There's a whole link, whole chain starting from the manufacturers and it ends at the retailers. They are the last point in the distribution channel. Who all come in between? Can you tell me? Who all are there in between? Okay, yes. Producers, stockists, distributors, wholesalers. No, consumer is nowhere in the picture, Nixon. Consumer is he is the end user. So he is not in the channel of distribution. Channel of distribution starts from the manufacturer. Okay. So every every link in this chain of distribution is very important, and retailer is of utmost importance. He is the one who has to directly interact with the consumer. So he is the face, we can say he is the face that represents the company or that represents the product. So he holds utmost importance in this distribution channel. Alright. So as you can see, Retailing business activities involve selling goods and services to consumers for their personal, family, or household use. Now, can you give me some examples of the retailers? I mean, large scale retailers which we know about? Can you tell me about some of the names of the retailers? Spencer's. Spence Post. Yeah, it's Spencer's. More. Okay. Supermarkets. Yes, Deepak. I'm talking about supermarkets only. So Reliance is there. Yeah. Reliance is there and Reliance Fresh is also there. Lulu. I mean, is it a UAE based brand? A UAE based store? I have not heard of its name. Okay. So, and can you just tell me the name of the biggest retailer in the world? Apple. Yeah, Middle East. Okay. Walmart. Exactly. Walmart is the biggest retailer in the world. In fact, recently a big controversy was a big controversy started up in India because Indian government approved of the opening of Walmart in India, the previous government. So that caused a lot of agitation. People in India are not ready to accept Walmart because it's a foreign brand and it will kill all the employment in India. So what do you think? Is like opening a retail outlet or going for retail operations is a beneficial venture or is it not a beneficial venture? Can you just quote some of the advantages and disadvantages of the same? Can you first tell me the advantages of having retail operations? Everybody, what are the benefits that comes with the this? Yes, job opportunities, one-stop shop. Yes, Manu. And what else you think is like? What are the reasons behind having such ventures? One-stop shop. People are in like today's scenario, in the present time. Um, if in a family, most of the people are working, so they have their weekends. They have their offs on Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday. So it's preferable for them to go to a shop and get all the needful things, maybe for a week or for a month, whatever, grocery and all, everything. So that is why the retail management has acquired great importance in the recent years. Yes, 24-hour service. 24-hour service, but like stores close down at night, but still lots of like positivity is there in going to a retail outlet. Now, what are the other reasons why retail venture is, or you can just now tell me the disadvantages of having retail operations or having retail stores in the country. Can you tell me? Why is it like why people in a country like India, why people are so much against it? Yes, we can purchase all items from one shop. Munu, avoiding of our items. No, I am asking what are the disadvantages of having retail operations? If you were in the government of a country, would you if you were in the government of a developing country, if you were the prime minister of a developing country, would you like give green signal to the opening of retail outlets? Yes, Deepak, Nixon, Monachin, Manu. I'm asking everybody. Manu, Muhammad. It kills small business and creates competition between local businessmen. What are the other disadvantages? Business. Just a second. Yes, the main disadvantage of having retail trade is that it kills the small businessmen. It kills all the, it not only kills the small shopkeepers, it also brings an end to the roles of the retailers, manufacturers directly give their products to the supermarkets. So the chain of distribution which used to exist previously is now vanishing, and that is why many people are becoming unemployed because of this. So we can say that, and at the same time these supermarkets are creating lots of employment opportunities also, but that is for the educated youth. The uneducated lot is suffering a lot because of the opening of these. Like the greengrocers, which used to put their thalas around, or which like used to sell the vegetables going from home to home. They are suffering a lot. Now people are going to Reliance Fresh to buy the vegetables. They are getting vegetables from Big Bazaar. So that is all really hampering the business of these uneducated lot. So, and like if I talk about a developing economy, if I talk about India, it's a developing economy, and like it's predominantly an agricultural economy. The people over here are agriculturalists. So opening of the retail stores is hampering the employment opportunities for the majority of the population. That is why people are now not very much, people of this lot are not very much interested in the opening of such outlets. Okay. Since I am in fast moving world of all technologies, all people expect branded items, even the middle classes. I'll give green signal. Let's think positive. We can help poor people by many other ways. Munu, it's easy to say how we can help poor people, but when it comes to doing things, it's really very difficult when it comes to practically applying the things. Can you suggest some ways to help the poor people out of this situation? Deepak, Nixon, Monachin, Manu, you all also have to participate. How can the government like strike a balance between this? It has to keep pace with the developing world also, and it has to look after the interest of its people also. So how can that be achieved? Can anyone tell me? Means any way, if it's come to your mind, any possible means by which this can be achieved? Nixon, Monachin, Manu. Deepak, are you following? Nixon is typing something. Okay. You all are not participating. You're not giving any answers. Am I audible to everybody? Deepak, Nixon, Monachin, Manu, and Shibeen. Shibeen, welcome to class. Is this your first class? Okay, let's first go to the PPT, then I'll put up my question. Yes, Munu, that's a really nice suggestion. Government can directly buy from the farmers and they can help them. Okay, that's a nice suggestion. Okay, Shibeen, this is your second class. Alright. So today we are talking about retail management. Mr. Monachin, you are not participating in the class today. Are you there? No response from you since a long time. Okay, but you are not sharing your views with the class. Are you in favor of retail trade or against that? Deepak, you also. Okay, so let's just go through this PPT quickly. So it says retailing is the last stage in the distribution process, and wholesale is an intermediate where goods and services are sold to the business consumers. Means from the manufacturer it comes to the stockist or the wholesalers, and from the wholesalers through other various channels it reaches the retailers, and from retailers to the consumers. So retailer is a customer focused, not product focused function. Okay. Yes, we have to focus on the customer. Customer is the king in today's world. So we have to focus on the customer itself. And manufacturer may reach customers through dealers, company showrooms, supermarkets or hypermarkets. The manufacturer will decide on retail distribution. It can be intensive, it can be selective, or it can be exclusive. Okay. Shibeen, actually you are late for the class. We have started the class around 15 minutes back. So we have had a discussion. So you are not able to understand that. It's because of that reason. Okay. So if I talk about India, in retailing, in India the organized retailing is only 2%. It's a very, very small percentage of the total retail trade that goes on. So retail chains like Walmart, Sears, McDonald's brought rapid growth and consolidation of organized retail. The rapid rise of income levels and accompanying changes in lifestyle greatly contributed to the growth of organized retail. Yes, now means this retail trade is also very much supported by the change in the lifestyle of the people. This concept of having 2-day weekend and having like 9 to 5 of job, working hours, then after 5 the office is over, people are out. So all this has greatly contributed to the emergence of retail trade in a developing country like India. People have now the income level of people has gone up, so they have ample money in the hand to spend actually. So they can just afford to go to, because you know in retail trading the things are little expensive also. At times they are expensive, and although they have many offers with them, but those offers are actually available only on bulk purchases. So that is again only when you have ample money with you, you can avail these offers. That's one. Because of the increase in the income level, people are able to avail such offers. So in India, increase in disposable income, the purchasing power of the growing middle class, conducive conditions for the growth of organized retail trade. So what are the reasons or rather the differences between the retail trade environment in India and that too in the Western countries? Cities are congested, large population is in rural areas, purchases are very small in volume, and because the household space is also limited. We have limited, and now the trends of nuclear families emerging. So people purchase in small quantities. Previously there was a trend of like big families, joint families. So people used to purchase in bulk. Now this nuclear family concept has given birth to retail trading. It has supported it. So retailers link producers to the customers. So retailer is a person, an agent, an agency, a company or organization reaching the goods or services to the ultimate consumer. It can be a person, it can be a sole proprietor, it can be an agent or agency, or maybe a company or an organization like supermarkets. So they perform various activities. Some of them are like anticipates customer wants, they stock their product assortments, they acquire market information, and they finance the retail business also. These are the major functions which are performed by the retailers, and this is the reason why their importance has increased over the period of time. Are you all getting it? Nixon, Monachin, Manu, Munu, Shibin, Deepak. So retailing may take place through retail stores, through mail. Yes, this is a new concept, internet rather. Can you name some internet retailers? Flipkart. Okay. Amazon. So Junglee is also there, Junglee.com. Lots of them, yeah, there are many of them. So their presence has been felt only in the recent years. Previously, they were not known to people, but sound is not clear. Now is it fine, Shibin? Now am I audible to you properly? Okay. Akshita, you are joining in very late. Any problem? Akshita, good evening and welcome to class. You are very late for the class. Any specific reason? Akshita is not answering. I'm talking to Akshita Shibin. Alright. So retail services like restaurants, hotels, parlor, health services, car rentals, travel. So they have, alright, you have network problem. So they have their presence is there in every function that we can think of. We have chains of restaurants these days, isn't it? Can you name some chains of restaurants that we have? KFC, McDonald's, Kamat, Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Bikaner Wala, isn't it? So lots of them. That's the data. The second part of Khana Khazana, Gale House. Then there is this one also, one Barbecue Nation. It's a famous one. Okay. So now retail, strong economies have a strong retail sector. So entry in retail sector is easy, hence results in fierce competition. Yeah, entry is easy. If I talk about an individual retailer, that is the sole proprietor form of business. So people have even with small amount of capital, people can enter the market. They can just do some investment, purchase a shop, or maybe take it on rent, purchase the stuff for the shop, keep it there, and they can just start off with the business. So as compared to the other forms of business, this is an easy one in terms of finance. The requirements are less, so that is why the competition in retail market is very high. So retail must perform its primary role of catering to the customer satisfaction. That is very important. If like the retailer is not opening the shop on time, or if it's a shop where the stock is not up to date, means he is not getting the new things from the market, or he's selling the things which are out of which are of expiry date, then that business will not have a very good reputation, and because of the ill goodwill, it may just not survive for a long period of time. So retailers earn very modest profits of 9 to 10%. So retail stores of different sizes faces distinct challenges. So their sales volume influences. So depending upon the volume of sales they are able to generate, their purchasing power is also different. The purchasing may be different. The promotional expenses may be like minimal. If it's a small scale business, the promotion expenses will be very less. If it's a big business, the promotions may be more. So last decade, there has been a tremendous change in the retail business, from made to order to ready to wear, from counter sales to self-service, emphasis on value addition and cost reduction. So family run retail business giving way to modern professional retail. Like the family business which used to exist in the previous time, the ancestors used to open up a shop, and it was like the people inherited that business. Now that has been done away with, and now modern professional retail shops have been opened. The examples of such shops are like Home Center. You all know about Home Center. Then there is Vishal Mega Mart. It's actually a departmental store. Like Home Center is a shop which specializes in home accessories. It specializes in selling decors, home decors. So that is an example of retail trade. Can you give me some other examples of the same? Vishal Mega Mart is again a supermarket. Yes, Home Center is a very good one. They have a very wide range, and the collection with them is very exclusive. Although a little expensive, but the collection is exclusive. Home R Us. I haven't heard of this brand, Nixon. Okay, it's a Middle East brand. Okay, okay. Yes, toys, and even in the education sector, lots of retailing is going on. Now we have chains of schools. We have people take up the franchise of a particular school. If I say this one, Bachpan Play School. Have you heard of this? Bachpan. It's a playgroup school. So it's again it's like retail management only. It's retail trade only. It's a big brand, and people are taking the franchise and they are opening up the school. So now what are the reasons behind success of retail management? Retail improving inventory management through the systems, faster turnover is there, better profitability, fast changing customer preferences for assortment of goods and services. Means the store is able to keep pace with the changing fashion, because if it will not keep the things of the recent trends, then customers will be lost. So they have to upgrade themselves every now and then, and most important is the customer care. So customer is the one who is getting benefited due to all these reasons. This is all data. You can see top 200 retailers account for 30% of the worldwide demand. So it's a big, this highlights the importance of the retailers in the trade. It's all again data. This is all based on data. So we will just go to the proper slide. So what are the main characteristics of the retail trade? First, there is direct end user interaction. The customer comes and directly gets the things from the store. So there is direct interaction. It's a platform for promotions and product display. Lower unit sales. Retail location critical. Means you need a lot of space, you need a lot of investment to open up a big retail outlet. So that all is there. Services as important as core products. After sales services are very important. Even in the field of electronics. Electronics are one thing which needs a lot of after sales service. So even in that field we have got many retail stores. We have Chrome. Yeah, Chroma. So that all is again an example of retail trade. Then large number of retailers to meet geographical coverage and population density. Since the population has increased over the years, even I am talking about India, specifically about India, so that is the reason why the number of retailers or the retail stores has gone up. Now, what are the theories of evolution of retail trade? First is the wheel of retailing. Just a second, someone is at my door. 1 minute. Okay, sorry for that disturbance. So these are the different theories. First is a cyclical theory which says begin with one state and return to that state at some time in future. Then evolutionary is changes similar to the biological evolution. Like biologically, like a child is born and then it grows up. The number of cells in the body increase and the baby grows into an adult. So that way the store also opens up a small unit and then it becomes a big multi-faceted store. Now wheel represents the phases through which some types of retailers pass. Why do retailers attract their customers? Because their prices are low and the service cost is also low. One minute. Now the next theory is the accordion theory. Means these theories are not very important for us. We can just go to the next. Okay. So you can see the natural reasons are also there which have promoted the growth and evolution of retail trade in the recent years. Like interest in the physical fitness and increased number of women in the workforce have made salad bars in grocery stores successful. In the grocery stores, maybe this concept is used somewhere in US, there are salad bars. I don't know about UAE, but there is no such thing in India, salad bars. So it is because of the increase in the awareness to be fit, and the number of women working at a place has also gone up. What is this thing, salad bar? Can you tell me? If it's there in UAE, Nixon says it's there. Can you tell me what is this salad bar in the grocery store? Deepak, Manu, Aman, Shibeen. Green salads means, is there an outlet in the grocery store offering green salad? Self-service. There's a special counter. Okay. In every grocery store or in the restaurants? Where do you find such things? Okay, supermarkets. Yeah, that's there. But not specifically for salads. Have you all heard of this Ocean hypermarket? Ocean hypermarket. Ocean hypermarket. Have you heard its name? It's a Russian hypermarket. It's all over the, I don't know, in UAE, it's all over India. Ocean. AUCHAN is its name. Okay, it may not be in the UAE. So, Ocean is it's a hypermarket. It's like Walmart only, and it has like the facility of a bakery also. It has got a bakery, so you get all sorts of salads, all sorts of dressings. You get bakery stuff there, cakes, pastries, pastas, pizzas, the things which are handy to eat. So that is also available in the departmental store. Restaurant type of a setup is there. Okay. So we can see what are the classification of the retail business. There is proprietorship, that we know, one-man show. Partnership, we have discussed that in our law class. Limited liability company, that's a company. Now, operational structure can be independent trader or a chain of stores or a franchisee or a consumer cooperative. Then width and depth of the merchandise can be a specific product category, like maybe if I talk about Chrome store, so it deals only in electronics, or it can have a wide range like the Big Bazaar. Okay. The types of pricing: low pricing, minimum service, premium merchandise, high service. These are the advantages basically of having retail trade. Direct interaction, mail order, teleselling can be there, vending machines, door to door, or mobile vending. Mobile vending, like machines are put up, you have to insert the currency and you will get the particular thing that you want. Such mobile vending machines are also in the metro stations. Have you seen? Airports, yes. In Delhi, it's very popular in the metro stations. Yes, for water, for like lots of stuff they offer. Electric charts, what you can eat, everything is there. So you all have metro service in UAE? Metros are available there? Okay. And I think they are not underground metros. Sky One. Okay. Underground also, yeah. Some part may be underground and some may be like in the open. Even in India, it's so. In India, in Delhi, it's like that, and in Calcutta, it's typically a underground metro. Calcutta was the first city in which metro service was introduced. They are driverless. I am not sure about this thing, whether they are driverless or not anymore, or they have a driver inside. So let's see the different types of retailers. They can be grocers, they can be general stores, they can be chemist. Chemist is like a particular category. Then modern format stores, part of a chain of stores with self-service facility. Part of a chain but does not have self-service facilities. Okay, then food stores. They deal mainly in food products like milk, beverages, tea, coffee, squash, ketchup, jams, these types. Tobacco kiosk. They are the ones which deal in tobacco products like pan, cigarette, and are called pan bidi shops. You have them in UAE, pan bidi shops. No pan. Okay. The cosmetic stores are there. These are basically the different styles or the types of the retail stores. Freestyler Zoe, you are entering class very late. Where have you been? Just a second. I'll get my charger. Alright. So these are the different advantages of the retail trade. So we don't need to go in detail for them. Now, if there is direct communication with the customer needs are very well identified. It provides products and services to satisfy the customer. It elicits feedback to improve the services. That is the word of mouth. Yes, we go to a particular shop and he focused on the three C's. What were the three C's? And it's basically directed towards the young India, the young population, confidence and change, and the era of consumption. Okay, so these were the three C's which forced him or gave him the drive to go for such a huge venture in a country like India. The younger India is expected to embrace the value of family and continue and live the Indian way. Therefore, it is imperative to attract and deliver the consumer understanding and interpreting the Indianness quotient of the consumer. Like this was all his reading. So this is like the three faces of the Indian consumer. First is the third stage where the struggling class, they live hand to mouth. Whatever they earn, that is all spent. The two is serving class. Drivers, cleaners, they serve the consuming class. And the first is the consuming class, high disposable income, and they constitute only 14% of the total population. So serving class feels comfortable in crowds and chaos and hesitates even to enter the specialty stores. Yes, you cannot expect a driver to go to Pantaloons to buy a shirt. So that's there. I'm talking with reference to India. I don't know about UAE. Maybe in UAE this is done. This is popular. So these were all the reasons why we established this big bazaar. Okay. So once you get the PPT, you can just read it. Is the PPT loaded at your end? Okay. At my end, it's not loading. So you can, I can read what's written there. Catering to the Indian consumer. It says, oh, now it has gone. What it focused on was that in India, the ladies are like, they have to touch the grains before buying them. They have to just take them in their hands. Your mothers must be doing that. Or wives maybe, they must be doing such thing. They take it in their hand and then they look at the quality and then they make their purchase. So in Big Bazaar, loose grains are also available for sale. So this is the reason why they do it. They pack the same thing in the packet also. The package that is available is the same, but they have kept certain amount in open also, so that ladies can come and they can just smell it, touch it, and they can just buy that. All right. So these are the basic reasons why this man just went for the establishment of, what was his modus operandi? Modus operandi means the method of operation. So although because of the value proposition and scarcity of organized retail might have given Big Bazaar the luxury to sideline operations, it is expected to take the center stage as the format scales up. Means with the passage of time, the Big Bazaar may become a big brand. So he has now expanded his business. You can see Gurgaon Central Mall is there. Then specialty retail stores are there. Kishore Biyani's wholesale market is also there. It may be in some part of the Gujarat because he is from there only. And there are some allied ventures, as you can see. Future Bazaar, Staples, Pantaloons, Future Logistics, lots of them. Future Generali, it's an insurance venture. So this is basically on as a comparison between Walmart and Big Bazaar. It's more focused on Big Bazaar because it's talking in Indian perspective. So you can have this PPT from the LMS. Now the class is about to be over. So before we wind up, I would just like to say one thing. Do give your feedbacks, and we'll meet in the next class. And please try and be on time, everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks for your time. Have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy your holiday. Have a sound sleep. Take good care of yourself. Good night. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow you have a class with me at 8:30. Again 8:30. Okay. So see you all tomorrow. And please fill the feedback form which you will be getting at the end. You know, your feedback is very important. It's precious for us. That helps us to improve ourselves, and it's like some like guiding force, we can say. All right. So see you in the next class. You can have these PPTs from the coordinator. So we'll meet in the next class. Bye. Take care. Good night, everybody. Yes, you can get the slides, Aman. You can get it through LMS, you know, the learning material. It's LMS. You can get it through there. You can use your password and the ID that has been provided. You can get every material from there. So see you in the next class. Bye everyone. Take care.